Welcome to the Hope Hotline. That's a visual. I just told them of something naughty that I used to do before the podcast started.
In the club?
In the club.
In the club.
That's right.
We all fam.
Oh my gosh. What?
Something gonna make me go something like this up in here, up in here.
Oh.
I don't know what that song was.
Okay.
Up in here.
But how did that go at the beginning?
Yeah.
Y'all
she's
I'm
singing
gonna
it.
lose my
Y'all
mind.
gonna make me lose my mind. Yeah.
Yep.
Up in here.
Not when you're a believer, you don't lose your mind.
Oh God. All right, Miss Spiritual.
Listen, I'm on a roll. Ask Kelly.
Oh my gosh. Hello, all of our friends and loved ones on social media and on TikTok. Hello.
Yes. Hey, TikTok.
Thank you. Welcome to the Hope Hotline. Thank you for joining in with us today. All of you guys that have broken the force field of Facebook and YouTube,
Yeah.
if you get through that force field,
Wow. Congratulations.
listen,
You should get a prize.
yeah, like you're mighty.
You are.
You are mighty.
Exactly.
Dear Lord. Like so I was talking to somebody. Oh, I was talking to Dallas's assistant, Olivia, yesterday, and I was telling her like you can't even get through on Facebook. Like she's like, yeah, that we've had to battle that. I'm like, yeah, but we've been suspended. She's like, oh,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
A couple times.
True. Just a few.
Couple times.
Yeah.
They got us blocked bad. So if you're with us on those platforms, welcome. And then Rumble's changed its algorithm. So we're batting 1,000 right now, people.
I know. We're doing okay on shorts on YouTube. Somehow, some way.
There you
They're
go.
getting through. But
whatever.
I know.
Right.
I
It is.
know. I know.
We're in it for you. We're in it for you guys.
Yep,
That's
we
right.
are.
At the end of the day, we're in it for you.
Yep.
So, so for everybody that didn't go to Pittsburgh, it's not that you weren't invited,
True.
because I really didn't have much to do with who went to the Pittsburgh. I'll be honest with you. It's the people who went before. They all were like,
Yeah.
hey,
I want to go back.
I want to go back.
Yeah.
So if you want to go to Pittsburgh, you are welcome to go.
Yep.
You don't you can invite yourself.
Yeah. And there are a ton of like different hotels
Yeah.
Yeah.
that are walking distance.
You
to-
guys, you guys stayed
Yep.
in one hotel.
Yeah. I brought my girls.
You brought your
me.
girls.
Yep.
Vanessa brought her girl, and then my girls,
Yes.
which are her girls.
Yeah.
And then we did do a house, but that was basically me and Heather. But people who couldn't normally, they could afford it to gone, but some people couldn't. Some that's an expensive trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
can be. For sure.
Yeah. So people who could afford the flight but might not have been able to afford the place, well, we did have a house, so that made it easier. But I can't promise you that's going to be the case next year because I don't know. But if you want to go, go.
Right.
Like
Right.
we're not. Don't let anything stop you or get in the way of going to this thing. And like a lot of times people just like Vanessa just said, hey, I'm going to get a room. And then people said, can I go with you?
Yeah. And then we split it.
There you go. Which saves the money.
Yep.
So do that. Like get a group of your friends together and find out who wants to go and then do that. Because I don't know how I'm going to do it next year. I can't. I never know. I know I have to go next year because of some things that might happen next year, but not involving me at all. Let me just make that abundantly clear. It's not me, but we probably are going back next year because they want us to go back. And I probably will always go back just out of pure loyalty, unless I feel like the Lord's telling me just not that year. But like last year, I knew I wasn't supposed to go national, but it had nothing to do with the conference. It had everything to do with being home and waging war for actually the church. So, but like I'll probably always go.
Yeah.
I don't know what that'll look like, but you can always hang out with me.
Yeah.
unless you annoy the crap out of me, then you're not hanging out.
Then she will not let you hang out with her.
If I say no to you, there might be a not good reason for that.
Oh my gosh.
Or a
But
good
that's
reason.
okay.
That's so
As
funny.
that my Leanne Morgan, who I love, says, if you don't get invited, it's because you're not cool. She goes, you're not fun. That's the reason why.
Okay, well,
You're not fun.
yeah.
So, but yeah, always like the more the merrier. What was great, and I can't promise you that'll happen this year, but what was great is they just blessed our socks off. They like saved our whole group.
know.
There were
That was
so
so
many
helpful.
of us that they saved like 2 rows for our church
I know. That was
up
wonderful.
in the front.
Right.
Yeah.
There's like 1,000 people there.
Yeah.
Yes, and doors open like an hour before the event.
Right.
Yeah.
We didn't get there that early.
No.
Because we had seats.
Sorry, not sorry.
Praise you, Jesus.
I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they were just beautiful to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. They're
It's
great.
such a
Oh my
beautiful
gosh.
time.
Always are.
And you got to lay hands one night with Adalis.
The
That was
last
so
night.
cool. The last
that was
night.
so sweet.
I
Holy
know. She
mackerel.
invited you up. That was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Heather's like, I'm like, Heather, you're gonna have to take my stuff. She's like, did you? Because she's like, please tell me with this stuff. I'm
Yeah.
like, did you know that's happening? Like,
Yeah, I
not
could-
being mean about it, but
Yeah.
did you know that and you
Yeah.
didn't tell me?
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
I had no idea.
I know. I could tell she was just like in
the moment.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
in the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
super
that was
sweet.
great.
It was a great time.
Yeah.
Very exhausted afterwards.
Yeah, I feel like I'm still recovering.
Of course you do.
You guys took that early flight. That's tough.
We
Like that
did.
late night
Oh,
and then get
yeah.
up at the crack
3
of
hours
dawn.
worth of sleep.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's
That
always,
was rough.
That makes
Yeah.
that makes recovery a little bit harder.
Yeah,
Totally.
it did. And then we
But
had to rip and run
home,
and
yeah.
get ready for church.
Right.
All of us, except for Vanessa. Vanessa got to go home to her family. But the rest of us were running around. And I'm calling Vanessa
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
making
yeah,
her
yeah,
work
yeah,
from her
yeah.
house with me. I'm like, hey, Vanessa. So did you really get off? No. Making her work from her house. But
was
yeah,
all good.
Vanessa's really the only one, I think, because you stayed. And then we all had jobs because we all had to come back and work. But
Yeah.
listen, Vanessa needs more sleep than the rest of
I
us.
do.
Because you get up at 8. No, you don't.
No,
That's
wow.
not true.
She's an
At
early.
5 a.m.
No, you go to bed at 8. Now
just
that's
goes
a
to
lie
bed early.
because you get up way earlier than everybody else. You go to it's basically the same amount of time.
Yeah, yeah. If
It's not really-
We average the same amount
Yes.
of time. Yes.
I take that
absolutely.
back. That's a
Oh,
lie.
thank you.
9 hours of sleep.
That's
Thank
not
you.
cool. That's not cool. Yeah. So
Just looks different.
yeah. But it was a long day. Saturday was a long day.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry.
Shut
I
up.
didn't even nap.
Oh, that's rough.
I did not nap.
Yeah, that's rough. Sorry
I
about
didn't
that.
either until late at night. And then I was like, I'm going back to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was a great time. Do you have anything from it?
I do. And just tell me when you want me to stop because I just took all their videos.
Ah!
So, and want to tell you.
Oh, cool. Oh, let's just do the all the way through.
Okay, 3 minutes.
That's
Okay,
nothing.
so just tell me if you want me to.
You are not
They're
the
not
same
going back to the
person
same place.
after you meet Jesus. One encounter with his power changes everything. He washed me of my sin, but now I'm transformed. Now I'm rewired to think the way he thinks, to walk the way he walks, to talk the way he talks.
She's a powerhouse.
She is. Okay.
Look at that line.
It's the oil that breaks the yoke of heaviness. Come unto me all who are burdened and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. You may have sown in tears, but you're going to reap in joy. You may have walked through the valley of hardship, but you're coming into the best season that you've ever had. And I'm telling you, this is the year of the favor of God for your life. This is the year of your healing. This is the year of your breakthrough. This is the year of your advancement. And no demon in hell can stop that which God has started.
I downloaded these off Instagram.
The Word of God is your mirror. And before you begin anything,
She did a
always
great
take
job.
the time to take a closer look and allow it to reveal things that you may need to adjust. Amen. Take a good hard look in the mirror of God's Word at the new you that God has created. Take a good hard look at what the Word of God has already said about you. He tells you you can do all things through Christ that strengthens you. He tells you that you are the head and not the tail. You are above and not beneath. You are blessed going in and blessed going out. My spirit lives within you. You are my sheep and you hear my voice. You know my voice. And the voice of the wicked one you will not follow.
I mean, I like literally was so impressed
Yeah, me too.
with her.
Yeah, I've never heard her speak before.
I have, but I've not. Would never. And I don't think it's because she was right in front of me. I think it's because she's so annoying. And she's probably always good, but. This was breakfast and the Q&A podcast that ended afterwards. So there wasn't as many people in the room. There was only 5 people that
And this is very special footage from our Taya.
Way to go, Tao.
Always was like staring in my camera.
Her face. She says, cut it.
She starts twerking.
Telling her to stop.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's fun.
Oh, you didn't have her last night.
Huh? That's all they had online.
How dare. That was good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, Kathy Duplantis, man,
Yeah. Good. So good.
like
I like her voice a lot too. I wouldn't think that I would, but I really like it.
she's like, I don't know how to, I don't know, like, there's no comparison because Adonica and her are very, very different in their styles. But man, they, you know, they're literally 5 years older than me.
Really?
They're 5 years older than me. And I act classless, homeless,
You're ridiculous.
and like
No.
illiterate next
No,
to
I
them.
won't let you do that.
I'm just
Thank
kidding.
you. Thank
Well,
you.
no. I'm like, when I look at them, I'm like, what happened to me?
No. You stay in your lane, Hope.
Exactly.
You stay in
I'm
your
like,
lane.
oh my gosh.
Exactly.
You bring it.
Yep.
Like they're like,
I know.
you look at them and go, man, I will never be that.
Do you know what's so funny? That people look at you, Hope, and say, man,
Yep.
I will never be like that.
They're
True.
probably thanking God.
No. No.
Thank
No.
God I will never be
I
like
won't
that.
let you do that.
I'm just kidding you.
Oh my god.
I mean, you seriously, you look at them and
I
like,
know, it's impressive. Yeah.
That's so
I am a 12-year-old little boy when I look
my
at them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they are so.
Wait, I have the last one. I
Oh,
have the
you
last bit. I just
do?
found, yep.
Way to go,
Yeah.
girl.
Okay, here we go.
How do you balance everything? It's not about the balance. It's not about what I do with my time. It's the fact that I am transformed in the image of God. And every day I go after what He calls me to do in alignment with His purpose for my life. Because the truth is, these are things that you don't choose. Our guidance counselors, they were trying to help us out, but they didn't know any better. Because you don't just pick and choose what you're called to do. You discover it. The Bible says that He preordained you before even you were in your mother's womb. He called you. He fashioned you. He put something on the inside of you, in your blood, in your DNA, that would make you a standout, that would make you special, that would make you be an aid to humanity. Do you believe that?
You know
I
what?
missed that one.
You know, oh, that's so good. You know what is so amazing, like with what she said? Like when she made the comment of like, your guidance counselor can never help you with that, right? Well, you can fill out as many forms as you want to. Maybe you guys didn't have this. Might thing is driving me crazy. Back in the day, like when I went to school, which was like in the 80s, like I graduated 85, right? So you go for high school, you go into the counselor, or you go into they would have a class where you go and you fill out this questionnaire, and that questionnaire would kind of basically tell you like where your strengths were. So maybe whatever job description or that you were going to go for, it might lead you to where you might be really good at, right?
Yeah.
You don't even want to know what mine was.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even think I had one.
They were like, you got
That'd be
nothing.
me too.
I'm not kidding you.
No
It
way.
might.
There had to be like sales or something. Like you had to have like.
Well, if talking was
Yeah.
a specialty, maybe. But like back in the day, they didn't really have sales.
Okay.
Like it was more like doctor, nurse. I mean, it was very
Okay.
limited in comparison to what it is today,
Factory
right?
worker.
Like they didn't have ones for sales because
Yeah.
I mean, sales really wasn't like.
Okay.
I mean, they didn't have like realtor and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But for me, there really wasn't. The job descriptions that I had were like receptionist.
Okay.
Okay, that's nothing. That's not really
Like a career.
a career.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like when I tell you the career, it definitely wasn't nursing.
right.
Somebody would have died.
Right.
But ain't nobody living under me.
Hope's like, you're fine.
Rub some dirt
I'm
in
about
it.
to
Yeah,
say.
rub some dirt on it and call it a day. Keep going. But what's so true about this is where the scripture says, train up a child in the way that it should grow, in the way that it should go, and when it grows old, it will not depart from it. So when you, like, a lot of times I was explaining this to a friend of mine one time when they were trying to talk to me about their children. I've told a few people about this. I might even mention it here, but that scripture is oftentimes, and it is true for this, but it wasn't specifically for this. Most people believe that if you train up your child in the church, in their spiritual walks, when they grow old, they'll not depart from it. That's not what that scripture means specifically. It actually specifically means is something that what she was saying is accurate. A counselor, a school system, college is never going to do what really we as parents are supposed to do for our children. We're supposed to set our children up, spiritually speaking, to understand what their gifts and their callings are so they walk in them. Then they won't depart from it.
Yeah.
If you teach your child what its gifts and callings are, they will stay in their walk with the Lord, cultivating that. Based on whatever that gift and calling is the job description that they should go out into the workforce and do.
Yeah.
We do it different though. We find out what are you supposed to do as a college graduate? What are your studies going to be? What are you going to specifically specialize in, right? What are you going to get your degree in? And then we take that first and then secondary. If we even do it, we find out what God's gifts and callings are for us. That's not the word of God, though. As parents, it's first your spiritual, second the world. And that's not what we do. And if we did it, then most of our children would never walk away from the Lord because they'd be walking in their calling. And you won't turn your back on your calling. But she's absolutely, when she said that, I was like, that is so accurate. So accurate and so powerful. But a lot of people don't put the two and two together a lot of times because I don't think they understand. I think they understood the surface level of what she was saying. I don't think they understood the deeper meaning of what she was saying.
Yeah. Yep.
It's powerful. It goes all the way down to your children. So, all right, let's do the next thing.
Okay. What do you want to do?
Well, let's just forego the shares, likes, and let's just like that. Let's do like, what's Friday?
Friday is Carrie is coming in from the gym where Hope has changed her life.
dramatically.
And so she will come in and we'll have a whole conversation with her about all the good stuff. So you won't want to miss that. She's a great story too. So, and then just real quickly, obviously Natalie comes in every month. So May 30th, she will be here too. So we got some guests coming on.
Oh yeah.
So that will be great. And I think those are the most important things.
So what I would say, what were you going to say,
I was
Vanessa?
going to say I'm going to
Super
keep my personal stories to myself when Natalie's here.
Why is that?
It's always
The last time I talked about the butter
Fisting?
knife.
No, fisting.
the butter knife.
Fisting.
The butter
No,
knife.
the
The butter knife.
which came from
fisting.
Yeah.
Never once did I ever do that.
No.
You did not fist, but you did butter knife.
For the
Listen,
record.
I'm telling you, Vanessa, when you tell those stories, first of all, that Instagram post, gold.
The
True.
TikTok post.
Gold.
Yep.
TikTok. Gold.
It was.
The second of all, like, that makes me fall in love with you more and more.
Oh my God.
When you tell those stories, I fall more and more in love with you. Are you kidding me?
That's your personality.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
It's the best. I mean, people always, that's just why I'll never be a Kathy Duplantis or an Adonica Howard Brown. Because they would never utter the word fisting or butter knife.
Butter knife.
Okay? But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
Right.
that's beautiful.
Okay.
That's some funny crap right there.
I'll bring them.
Yeah.
Bring
keep
them,
bringing 'em.
please. They would never encourage it.
It's always good for the plot.
They'd always be like, no, not me, man. Bring it.
That's so funny.
Bring it. I love
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
It's adorable. Okay. But I will say, don't skip Friday
Yeah.
because you don't think, oh, this has got anything to offer me. I am telling you right now. I'm not just saying it to say it, but my life has been forever changed in like ways that I never thought possible. I've always heard, do this and you'll feel great. Do that and you'll feel great. Okay. Never has happened. I've never felt great. Okay. It's a load of hooey until I met Carrie. And I'm telling you right now, like there is a wealth of knowledge and wisdom in seeking counsel from somebody who has the knowledge. And like, if you are not satisfied for where you're at, I speak specifically in health. I speak in a dietary. I also am like physically talking about it as well. If you don't like any of that stuff about yourself, which I hated, but I just thought, first of all, I'm like, do I really want to start this? I'm like 56 years old. I mean, do I really want to do this? But I was like, you know what? It's never too late to start.
True.
Yeah.
And I like to challenge myself. And you may not like to challenge yourself, which I totally get, but I'm telling you right now, if you meet the right person, and I'm not saying you got to go to a gym. That's not what I'm saying at all. But there's always nuggets of truth that you can take to start the process of changing your life in a better way. And she is such a great person, such a wealth of knowledge, but you might be surprised. It's like when a Mags like literally challenged me, said, just do it for, what was it, 3 months or 3 weeks? 3 months. Yeah. Just do it for 3 months and you'll not turn around and go back. And she was 100% correct. And I have never, ever felt better in all of my life. Ever. This morning, I didn't even go to the gym, but she has it so that I can actually do a workout from my own house. And still, like, I'm sore right now. And it didn't take anything. I didn't have any weights. I had nothing. I know she's just, so don't think it's too late. It's never too late. And especially for women who have gone through post-menopause, you really want to attack this because you really want to be strong and like you don't want to have to lift grocery bags and go, man, I must be getting weaker. No, you don't have to. And you don't have to be in the gym every single day, pumping iron and acting like a bodybuilder. It just isn't like that. But lots of fun. You make friends. Like all my girls left me because they're all alone, all by myself.
Wow.
I still kept going.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
And now, like when I go in there, I am with about 4 other women and besides the trainers, and we have such a great time and we laugh the whole entire time. So a lot of people are lonely. Take that as an opportunity to get in shape and make friends.
Yeah.
And listen, if you don't think I'm working on people, I am working on people because people need Jesus.
Yes.
It's open door.
Exactly.
So, all right, enough said.
Okay.
But tune in on Friday
Yes.
because I promise you, you will love her. But second of all, she's a real person,
Yeah.
genuinely great individual. All right.
Yeah.
What are we
Good.
doing? And we're going now?
Let's do this.
Okay.
Okay.
Listen,
Yeah.
what do we have going on TikTok?
What's going on TikTok?
Let's see. She's a Christian, so she gets it.
She gets it.
Love ya. What else? So we have it. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Thanks for those people watching. Okay, let's do this. First question is do you have yours on?
Not yet. I was going to ask Kelly. Well, since we're live, Kelly, can you invite me to yours? Thank you.
Dude, that'll up what's going on.
Oh,
That's why I was like,
so-
that's weird.
Okay. You can go help.
Okay, the first question is my friend keeps canceling plans last minute, but still posts on Instagram, hanging out with other people. Should I call her out or just let it go? I'll read that question one more time. Somebody on the opposite side of the room is saying, let it go. My friend keeps canceling plans last minute, but still posts on Instagram, hanging out with other people. Should I call her out or just let it go? Well, first of all, that's freaking hurtful.
Yeah.
That's mean. But I always say, let's do both. I'm all for both. Right
Okay.
fist, left fist. Let's go. Let's go at it.
Yeah.
Okay. So if somebody tells you they're going to do something with you, but then they go off with somebody else, first of all, they're a liar. Second of all, they're not a person of their word. Both of them are scripturally inaccurate. If this person's not a Christian, then forget about it.
True.
Doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
They can do whatever the heck they want. Then you need to decide whether you want to be friends with somebody who's not going to be an honest, good friend.
Right.
And kind of like, you're like a placeholder, right? Like you're the backup. I dated somebody who treated me like the backup. That was my husband.
Oh my God.
I was the backup. Truth. Broke up with me 3 times. 2 times broke up with me to date other girls. And in between these 2 girls, while he was dating me, if he had a party to go to, if he had a wedding to go to, I was the placeholder. I was the backup. If he didn't have somebody else, it was me.
Okay.
Hope.
I know, it's true. It's true. Ask him.
I know. I've heard the stories.
It's not good. That's why I said poop or get off the pot.
Yeah. Okay.
True. Ultimatum.
That's what you got to do with people.
True.
Don't be a placeholder. Don't be the backup. I mean, who wants that for life?
Right.
Right.
I mean, it's okay a couple times, okay? But once you learn that that's how it is, don't allow yourself to be used. Not good. So let's look at the Bible. The Bible is clear about lying. In Proverbs 6:16 through 19, this is the New King James Version, says, these 6 things the Lord hates. Most people go, you shouldn't hate anything. Well, God does. So I will. And that's a fact. I don't hate people, but I do hate things. It says these 6 things the Lord hates. Yes, 7 are an abomination to him. A proud look, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devised wicked schemes. So that's a liar twice. Feet that are swift in running to evil, a false witness who speaks lies, liar again, and one who sows discord among brother. Okay, that's another liar, and it says that he hates the man actually that lies. So he hates all of this. So if he hates it, I might not do it. So let's look at keeping, and again, if this person isn't a Christian, so what? Like you can't enforce things on somebody that's doesn't abide by the same rules. It's apples and oranges, right? You don't try and enforce Christian values on somebody who's not a Christian. That is the stupidest thing on the face of the earth. Understand who you're working with. Okay, they're not going to do it. So to make them follow by the same rule that you do is insane. But if they do call themselves a Christians, they should be abiding by what the word says, and they should be acting like a Christian acts, which is Christ-like. That's where Christian comes from. You are to be a little Jesus. You're supposed to be Christ-like, right? So Matthew 5:37 talks about keeping your word, which says, just say a simple yes, I will, or no, I won't. Anything beyond this is from the evil one. So let's say you say yes, but then you don't do it. You're not keeping your word. And it says anything, if you don't do that, it's from the evil one. That's not good.
Right.
That's not good. So what does that mean then? If you let your yes be yes and your no be no, for anything more than this is from the evil one. What does that mean then? What do you think that means, girls?
I think it means that you keep your word, whether it's yes or no or no.
Right.
But then it says, for anything more than this is from the evil one.
Yeah, because it's like the wishy-washy thing where like when you like it's some like what Pastor Tom was talking about, being like whipped by the wind, whatever decision you go. Like if something
Being tossed to and fro.
to and fro. Linda said in the thing, if you say you're going, go, even if a better option comes along. So it's one of those things
Way to
that
go,
if you
Linda.
said yes or
Right.
you said no, stick to those two things. Listen, this happened to me one time. Okay, I'll finish that later. We'll go back to TikTok. Trying to make the cover photo. But one time I had an opportunity to shoot a senior session, and I was really excited about it. And the same day, a woman that gave me that first referral gave me a second referral for a gay couple to shoot them, and I wasn't comfortable doing that. And so it was like they were like celebrating their anniversary or something where it just didn't feel right. I had a conviction about doing it. So I said no to both because I didn't want to have to go and tell somebody that wasn't a believer why I wasn't willing to take photos of somebody. And so for me, it was just better to say no to both of them. And even
Walk
though
away
I
from the
love
money.
senior sessions, like my favorite. So it was really hard. And it was good money for both of them.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it would have been easy sessions. But for me, like that, if I would have said yes to one and no to the other, and then I felt like I would have not explained truly how I felt about it at the time. So
Let me ask you this.
yeah.
On a whole different topic.
Okay.
Now, did you feel something about shooting the couple that was gay? Did you feel weird about that because being conviction, or is it just them? Because for me, I wouldn't have any problem in shooting a gay couple.
Yeah. Because of their relationship and celebrating them, and like I think they were married. I think that's what it was at the time. I can't remember exactly, but I just didn't feel right about it. And
Well,
I don't think it's a
sometimes you
sin.
don't. Sometimes you feel like I can't do this, but I can do that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
even though I say, yeah, I'm not kidding you. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I would bake a cake for somebody, but I might bake a cake because for
yeah.
me, it's an opportunity sometimes to say,
Right.
I don't necessarily agree with this lifestyle, but you
Yeah.
know what? And I'm not condoning it.
Right.
But I'm not going to like be a turd.
Yeah,
But it's not
I get it.
compromise because I would have to explain my
right. I felt convicted about celebrating two women in a marriage, and that's what it was for, like taking
Yeah.
photos to celebrate their anniversary.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, and so
but a lot of Christians feel like that.
yeah, I know.
And I might feel like that for some, but not for all.
Right. And it really would be like the nuance of like if it was just them with their families and they were like on vacation and they wanted a family photo, I wouldn't feel convicted about that.
Right.
Like if there was like grandmas and uncles and it was like this big, like that wouldn't bother me. But it was the fact that they were like celebrating something that I don't see as a true union.
Right.
And it was their, I don't know. It just, when I got it, I immediately got a check in my spirit about it. And I wanted to justify it because I really wanted the senior session. And I was like, does it really matter? But I was so convicted about it. And this was a little while ago too.
Yeah.
So I don't know if anything's really changed for me, but it was. And I was really trying to lean into my convictions and make sure that I didn't do anything that would
I will say what makes sense about all of that, if I process and rationalize it through.
Yeah.
Because I never really thought about it until now. Because I'm like, I probably. But here's the thing:
Mm-hmm.
I might do it for somebody that I have a close relationship with, where I can speak into their life. But I might not do it for just anybody, because then you don't get the opportunity, and I wouldn't want them to think that I condoned. Because for me, it's like I want to see them in heaven. So. Is it loving to embrace and endorse something that you know will send them to hell? I wouldn't want to support that and help that. So I totally get your point on it. But I also am like, if I knew them very well,
Yeah.
I'd be able to say, I'm not celebrating this, but because of my love for our friendship, I will do it. But know this. This is how I feel. This is what I believe. And I'm concerned.
Yeah.
But you can't do that with people you don't know very well.
No.
No, I had no idea who these people were.
Yeah.
And if somebody who's close to you will receive that because they understand your heart.
Yeah.
And that's one more chance for you to say, please don't do this.
Right. Right.
But,
True.
and then you never have to worry about whether or not you said it. But it's interesting.
Okay.
But I will say this, I'm like Linda. And Linda, like, I know for a fact, like, the thing is sometimes better things do come along. And I've had to go to things when better things came along, and I still stuck to what I said I was going to do, even though I didn't want to do it. I've had to do a lot of things that I didn't want to do. But that's lots of us in life.
Yes.
Lots of us in life have to go to gatherings and parties and weddings and funerals and blah, blah, blah. We don't want to go to them. But if we say we're going to do it, then no matter what comes our way. But just recently, something happened to I said I was going to go to something, but something tragic happened. And I had to say, I'm sorry, I can't go to your thing because I have to go and minister with this person for a tragedy.
Right.
Those are things that you do break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when it's okay to say, I'm going to have to not keep my word. And then there's times like I agreed to go on a podcast recently. And then Tom's like, you can't go on that podcast because we are obligated to go here and we didn't know it. Well, that's when I go and I say, hey, this is my situation. Like, I'll reschedule with you. But just know, like, I have no option in this. Okay. Those are things that you make exception when there's no options. There's no dates that you can wiggle around with somebody else. I mean, most of the time, that's not what happens, though.
True.
And most of the time, people break their word because their word means nothing.
Yeah.
And I love Tom because one of the things Tom never does, even with me, if I ask him, let's go and do something, he'll always say, we'll see. Or I'm not promising you. I'll have to think about it. He has a whole bunch of different ways to say, I'm not saying yes and I'm not saying no.
Right.
Because he doesn't want to say he's going to do it. Because as soon as he says he's doing it, we're doing it.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just saying to you, girl, like if this person this is their lifestyle and they break their promises and then they ditch you. And that's what I don't like is when people ditch people. It's mean.
Yeah.
To go in and hang out with everybody. Like in growing up, we all experienced it growing up. Like our friends would, you have a whole bunch of friends and then two friends decide to do something else or the group decides to do and they ditch. It's hurtful.
Yeah.
Doesn't
It's
feel
mean. It does not feel good.
not.
You don't ditch people.
good. No.
Friends don't do that. And obviously this person's not your friend.
Yes.
So they're not honest. I say, find a new friend.
Yeah. And do you even want a friend like that?
Right.
Like, know your worth, girl.
Yeah.
You're awesome.
Yeah.
You have a lot to offer.
100%. You have to remember too, God always keeps his word.
Yes.
And that means that we do too. So when we say we're going to do something and we don't do it, then our word diminishes. And people begin to doubt. Like for me, like when I say to somebody, like I'm believing for this or I'm going to pray for you for this. Like if I had shown in my past not to be a person of my word with them, they probably wouldn't take what I'm standing on them with too strongly. Will she really pray? She said she was going to do that. She didn't do that.
Yeah.
Your word matters.
It
Yeah.
does.
And so it determines how much people believe in you and trust in you. And it reveals, I made a list, if you keep your word, it reveals your integrity, your trustworthiness, how Christ-like you are. It is a big freaking deal to keep your word.
It is.
And people think it's so light or take it so lightly, but you should not. You absolutely should not. Get away from them for show. What else?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't keep your word,
Yes.
it reveals how Christ-like you are. It
Yep.
reveals all the things that you just listed out too.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good mirror.
And how serious you are
Yeah.
about it. You know, like if you're saying yes to something and then you don't do it, were you even like, especially if you're like asking for help or anything like that, then like somebody gives you something to do and then you don't do it. Like, were you even like, was it for attention? Was it that victim mentality? Like, what was the purpose of it?
Oh yeah.
You know? So if you're that type of person too, like take inventory. Like, why do I keep asking for help, or why do I keep going to people and then they tell me what to do and then I never do it? Or it's rare that I do it. Just like, and then fix it. Fix that,
Yep.
you know?
It reminds me in the Bible where the man, I think we were talking about this in Pittsburgh. I was talking about it with somebody, but the man that said, or it's a parable where the man has two sons and he asks one to go out and do the work, and the one says, yes, he will, but he never does. And then he goes to the one and says, no, I don't want to, but he actually does. Which one is better? The one that said yes but didn't do it, or the one that who said no? And it's both of them didn't, say their yes wasn't yes and their no wasn't no, but one was far better than the other. How many of us have ever gone and had to move and a whole bunch of people say they'll come and help us? You got like 10 people who say, yeah, I'll help you out, and only like 3 show up. A lot of times you know your friends by how many keep their word.
That is also what Linda said. That she's experienced this a lot, but has shown her who her real friends are. So it's a gauge, and you can't even be upset with it. Like, people are people. So wouldn't you rather know that these people are reliable and these people aren't? And then you just, make plans off that.
Yep, it's so true. It is absolutely true.
Yeah.
There's many ways to find out who your real friends are.
True. Yep.
But you know what? One of my friends said to me one time, like this was kind of profound to me. I'll be honest with you, because I never thought about it like this, because I've always usually gone and done these things for people, and he did not. Admittedly, he was like I suck. Like, I'm not a good friend. Like this. So when I lost my dad, the room was full of a bunch of people, and the room was full of a bunch of people that I never suspected would be there. A lot of people that I thought would be there were not.
Interesting.
And some of the ones that I was shocked were like, what the heck? Like, they didn't know my dad. They were there for me. They were I was astounded. And this person lost their dad, and he didn't come to mine. And he was a very close friend. He didn't come to my dad's funeral. His dad passed. And we had to drive a long way. Me and Tom had to drive a long way to go there for his dad's funeral. And Tom didn't do the funeral or anything. But, and his dad had a significant amount of people there too. But he sat there and looked at everybody, and he was like people that I thought would be here aren't. And he realized the same thing. He goes, what I realized is, like, I'm not a good friend, because like the people that I think should be here, I didn't show up for people's funerals that I should have been there. It's like, you really need to like dissect.
Yeah.
Like, are you what you think you are?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are delusional.
Well, and they're self-focused.
They live in a delusion.
You don't even think to like show up to somebody's funeral because you're so focused about like your desires and your wants. You don't even think about other like your like Hope's heart in it. Like, she probably
Sorry,
would really
Carrie,
appreciate.
if you're watching. Go ahead.
She would really appreciate if I was there to support her. Like, people don't think like that because they're so focused on themselves.
Right.
100%. But that, like, I've had to go to a lot of funerals, obviously, but there are funerals that I never needed to go to, and I still went. That's what you do.
But then there's the other part. Like, I really haven't been to any funerals. Like,
but you're young, sweetie,
right? So I wouldn't
that's way different.
I wouldn't have even thought like how important that would be to somebody to show up. But now that makes sense to me. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, like it is. It's more. And I hate funerals. I hate the whole concept. It feels very much like public school. Like, we did not do this right. There's a disservice to the funeral world. But that's my own personal opinion. But it is for the living. So you would think that I hate funerals. I think it's so so stupid. It makes no sense. We've already talked about this.
Like
I'm not a big fan either, but it's
no,
really for
it's
the
whole
people left
process.
over.
Right.
It's not
Right,
for
it
the person
Right.
that passed.
And
but
so
it
I
is
don't,
for.
I don't want any of that stuff.
But it's such a like depending
So.
on how the person like with my dad passed like that.
right.
Here 1 second, gone the next second.
Yeah.
And you're just like processing.
Right.
Like you're just like you're kind of numb.
Yeah.
You're like trying to just process like
in
what just
shock.
happened.
Right.
So when people come around and they kind of distract you from having to process, that's a nice thing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really where it comes into play for people. They're kind of like, okay, can I just get back to some normalcy? I know
Right.
that this is grotesque and it's not like death is not pleasant and it's not fun to go to. But when people come around you and then you can have some conversation that's back to normal life, it does really, really help.
Yeah.
And I think just if you've never gone through it, you don't know it.
Right. Yeah.
Which
Right.
I didn't know it either, but I just did it.
Yeah.
You just do it for some reason. You just, I don't know, but that's the way it goes.
Yeah. Okay.
Now on to something else. Let's do sponsors really quick. Real Estate Appraisal Associates of Southwest Florida, Inc. is owned by Laura Keller. They've been in business since 2005. They provide the most accurate certified home appraisal service in Southwest Florida. They have an upfront pricing with no hidden fees, no waiting for a couple weeks for your appraisal. They have it done in 2 to 4 days. Why do you need an appraisal? There are many reasons to get one. First, when you sell your home, it removes any concern that you priced it too low to eliminate paying high estate taxes on a home you inherited, to make sure that you are not paying too much in property taxes because of an inaccurate home valuation. Lastly, so that when you list your home, it's not priced too high and sits on the market for months or longer. Real Estate Appraisal Associates of Southwest Florida are highly trusted and valued. They have done over 10,000 appraisals, and they are locally owned and operated for over 30 years. They are licensed, state-certified appraisers and are an expert team. Their appraisals have a 100% money-back guarantee. They can provide residential real estate appraisals in the following counties: Charlotte, Sarasota, Manatee, DeSoto, Hillsborough, Pinellas, and Lee. If you give them a call, tell them that you heard about them from the Hope Hotline, and you will receive a $50 discount. The number to call is 941-743-3700, 941-743-3700. Hanson's Automotive Services has been in business since 2017 with 20 years experience. They do everything from oil changes to tires to AC work to engine repair and replacement. They're not just motivated to do their best, they are auto-motivated, and their business lives by Proverbs 16:3. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. The number for him, you didn't change out the thing.
Oh, sorry.
Most professional podcast in the face of the earth. The phone number for him is 941-460-3962, 941-460-3962, and you are working on a graphic over there. I can tell.
I'm ready for I'm going to add a comment. They'll know in a second on Rumble. We have a comment. I have a comment for the next question. So I was going quick on it.
Oh.
Yeah.
How do they know the next question?
They don't yet. That's why I'm waiting. It's like
Send it.
I have it ready.
Oh.
I was preparing.
Gotcha.
Listen, I know what I'm doing. I just sometimes don't do too many things at one time.
You need more hands.
I just need a third hand that can do like.
Octopus, hey, octopus woman.
I know. I'm telling you, just one more hand. One more.
Octomom. Oh.
Ooh, I was watching.
Probably.
Okay, never mind.
You watched a
I was
documentary
watching a new one. Yeah,
a documentary on
Wait,
Octomom.
on a
the new
new-
one.
I don't even know. I'm guessing.
new
Is there a
one? There's a new one.
documentary on that woman?
new
There's a
woman?
new one.
That's our new
No,
show.
no, her.
Her.
But years now that their kids are older,
They're like 14
yeah.
right now.
There's a whole new story now.
Stop it.
Oh my gosh, she's
I was like
crazy.
hooked on her story like 14
She
years ago.
is crazy.
Oh, is she?
No offense if you're watching.
Is she Mormon?
Huh?
Is
I
she
don't.
Mormon?
I don't know if she's a human
I
being.
feel like they're always Mormon.
Really?
No.
All the crazy
no,
ones.
no. Mm-mm. I think she's an alien.
What?
I'm serious.
You think she's an alien?
I don't think she's a human being. I don't think she's. I don't think.
Now
she's
I'm worried about you.
I don't think she's a human being.
You might be Octomom.
She's AI.
There was a documentary
she's
on
AI.
this woman already.
A new one.
No, previously there was a
Yes.
documentary on this
Yes,
woman.
there's a whole TV show.
Yes.
Where have I been?
Like 14 years ago.
What were you doing 14 years ago?
Were you busy?
I was living life. I don't
Were you
watch
busy?
TV.
I think we were pregnant at the same time, and that's why I was like so
Same.
fascinated.
Yeah. I was like,
Yeah, like-
right. The girls had just been born. I think they're old. I think they're 16. I think they're all driving.
Really?
This is
Yes. It might have been
crazy.
JoJo.
It might. Yeah.
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 This is literally nuts. Why would people waste their time on this lady?
Because she had 8 babies in her belly.
Who cares?
Once.
It was
I had one.
like this big.
Look at what movie
Who cares?
Hope, I'm going to get you some clips.
she's in that.
What?
She's in that movie.
Are you serious?
That's what it says.
I mean,
okay.
like, so what? She can give birth to 8 kids at one time.
She didn't. They were like,
Yeah, like, it's like a pack of puppies.
It was.
Dogs do
Yeah,
it
they
every
just
day.
pulled.
I'm like, seriously, we don't have a doco on,
She didn't
on
have a
stinking
C-section.
pup dogs.
I was optimistic.
The one you watched.
Yes.
Yeah, she like literally. It's like a pack of puppies being C-sectioned out of a dog. Whatevs. Like, oh my gosh. Okay, do something that a dog
Squirrel.
can't, and then I'll be clapping my hands like a seal.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh, 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 ooh. All right, that's not how you do it.
No,
Go, try again. Try again. Yes.
Flip that.
I will. I got it. That's a YouTube.
Oh my gosh.
Repeating.
Alrighty, let's go. We got 9 minutes.
Let's do it.
Clapping like seals and talking about Octomom. There you go. I started seeing someone new, but they still talk to their ex as friends. Listen, I know for people that, because people don't watch this live, they watch it later. Can't tell you how many times people have told me that they go back and watch this or listen to it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not talking about you. This question is not yours. If this person, I'm not kidding you, I don't think this person would have wrote this question. And anyway, this is not you.
Somebody's boyfriend.
This is
they're
similar.
They're
I
talking.
read this and I'm like, this reminds me of something, but this is not.
Is that person delusional? Do we need to talk about it?
She's going to kill you.
Is it you? No, I'm just joking. I'm just
She's
joking.
married.
I'm just joking.
I started seeing someone new, but they still talk to their ex as friends. Is this a red flag or am I overthinking it?
Talia is very passionate over here.
That's
and
not
so is
only
Norma.
a red
Okay,
flag,
it's not.
but it's on fire.
It's not either of
the
them.
whole world down.
It's not either of them.
No, she's passionate right now.
I don't like that.
Right, she's
Leave.
passionate about this.
Oh,
Ooh,
I
see?
have
Passionate.
opinions on this.
Ooh, okay. Let's hear it.
I have
Are you the
opin-
friend?
No, I'm not the friend. I thought you were trying to say Norma or Talia
no,
were the
they're
friend.
passionate right now. Look how passionate they are.
If you have made out with the person, you cannot be friends if you have a girlfriend. Sorry. You have made out with them. You have feelings still. I don't care. You stuck your freaking tongue down their throat.
See, told you she was passionate.
Okay.
All right.
Talia.
Well, yeah, I just don't like it because then they still have hope. That's my thing. I hate when the girls have
it's
hope.
like leading
it,
them
like,
on.
makes me so mad.
Okay.
I'm like, you don't have a chance. Leave him alone. Okay.
Well, the
Okay.
thing is
I can keep going, but go ahead.
okay, but who's to say that they even want that person anymore?
Okay.
What if you're in the
Then you
same?
don't need to be
Wait,
friends.
what if you're in the
Why?
same
Why
friend
not?
group? What
I
if-
was friends with guys I dated, and I didn't.
Now is different. Back then, probably, but
Why?
everyone now they think completely different. Like girls
No.
now think completely different.
Do you know how we thought back in the day?
By what you're saying.
Do you know how my brain?
We have not evolved that much.
I'm not. Yeah, exactly. I'm not a cave woman.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
saying
I'm not from the 1950s where Shirley Temple and Sandra
No, I know,
Dee.
but you just said that you guys think different. So I'm
No, I
agreeing.
didn't say we think different. I said that I was friends with guys I dated afterwards. You said that's because we thought different. I'm like, who said? Well, because maybe you found out you were better friends than you were boyfriend girlfriend, and you have no interest in that
Do you
whatsoever.
feel like girls and boys can be friends? I feel like someone
certain
always
degree,
catch
yeah.
feelings. Yeah, I feel like someone's gonna catch feelings.
Yeah.
Well, I think people do catch feelings, and then they uncatch them, like me.
I don't know about that.
But nobody can hear
Yeah, you gotta
Kellyanne,
come
so
over here. You
Kellyanne
gotta
needs
take
to
a mic.
walk her keister on
take a
over
mic.
to the mic.
Yeah.
I feel like you can be friends with them, but not text each other, like not have private conversations outside of your
boundaries.
girlfriend or boyfriend being with you. Like I'm friends with like Jer, but I only see him
It's
at
in
church
person.
and stuff, and it's only in person.
But
like,
did
I'm
you
not texting
date
him.
Jer?
No.
Did you
but
make
I'm
out with
just- No. But I
Okay,
feel
phew.
like you can still be friends with somebody and just not have private conversations behind closed doors.
Okay.
You know?
That's fair.
I think that's fine if you didn't date them. But if you dated them, it's over. Like, it's over. You already had the chemistry. That's never... Yeah.
Because what if you have the same friend group?
That's what I'm saying.
But if you have the same friend group, you need to get over it.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's where I agree.
But only in
Because
person.
all you're going to do, nobody can hear you, Norma. Okay, here's the thing. Like, if you're in this, which was my case, we were all in the same friend group. You have to move on.
Yeah.
And they dated other girls, and the other girls weren't like, to me, I didn't want their guy. I was just friends with their guy.
Yeah.
Did I talk to him on their boyfriend or their boyfriend? Sometimes, but not very often. It's so we could find out where we're all hanging out.
Okay.
The biggest thing, in my opinion, first of all, I'm probably the wrong person. Am I the wrong person, Tracy?
No, this is perfect. I love this. This is so entertaining.
I might be the wrong person because I don't have feels, maybe. I don't know.
I know. That's why this makes... Okay, go ahead. I want to hear it.
First of all,
Yeah.
I would want to know, like, I don't know the answer to this question, but if I knew this person, I would say, how long did they date? Because that matters.
That does matter.
I agree.
It matters. How
agree.
long did you date? If it was a year or more, like, and if you guys thought you might be the ones for one
Right.
another,
Yeah.
that all plays into it
Yeah.
to a certain extent.
If you were intimate with each other.
Well, yeah, if you had sex, yes, that's true too. Okay, but even then, I mean, I would still not like. I'm going to tell you that some, I think, and Tom has told me this. Some of the most attractive qualities a woman can have is one that is not insecure, but secure in who they are. And if you are concerned about some little chickie poo that was that's his past, how secure are you? Like, either he's with you
Okay.
or he's not.
Okay.
So if he's with you, then he picked you over them. Get a hold of your feelings.
All right.
Like, you're insecure, not an attractive quality. It's not. People who are jealous, people who feel inferior to others, people who always want to be like back and forth. I don't like her. I don't like him. It's so childish. It's so high school. And maybe you are in high school, so it fits the bill. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But
I
when
hear
you're
you.
an adult, act like one. And if you have to be in a room with people that maybe your boyfriend or girlfriend dated, get over it. That's life. In life, we are going to run into people that make us uncomfortable. But how secure are you within yourself? Because I can promise you, people who are insecure and high maintenance in this area, they're going to lose maybe the best thing that ever happened to them because they can't get over being jealous or over themselves having issues with stuff. It's not an attractive quality.
That's fair.
It's you show weakness. You really do. You show weakness when you behave like that. So I would suggest to you, if this person didn't date this person for a long period of time, a year or less, there's qualifiers, right? But at the end of the day, like, do you trust this person or do you not trust this person? Because that's really what it amounts to. Is trust with this person, or has this person shown you in any way since you've been dating them that you have any concerns about his affection towards you or to someone else? I mean, is that wrong?
No.
No, you're not wrong.
If they have not shown any interest in that other human being, it's a you problem, not a him or her problem. It's a you problem. And you need to figure that out. And if you don't figure it out, they might dump you. And is it worth that? I mean, seriously, people get sick and tired. I mean, people, especially guys, get sick and tired of jealous females because they're catty. They're jealous. They're insecure. 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 And it just shows like you have an insecurity issue, and that's not fun to deal with because it turns into having to maintaining you and your insecurities. It's not cool.
Yeah.
It's not cool. It gets old. Instead of having fun with one another, you have to watch your words, because if you say something about somebody that might lead to that other person, then there's a fight. Like, who wants that? Does that make sense, ladies?
It does.
Okay.
Be secure in who you are. If he picked you, you're the winner.
Yeah.
Act like a winner,
Yeah.
not like the loser.
Yeah.
Be confident.
Yeah.
Know your value.
Yeah. And set up boundaries. Like, they're not going to like go out to like friend dinners on their own, you know, like, or a private conversation.
I mean, what are the odds that this person, I don't, did it say it was a girl or a guy? They didn't say.
No.
Okay, so I don't know. If this is a guy, like, girls hate this.
Yeah.
Girls hate this as much as I think guys hate it.
Yeah.
It's and especially, I mean, for me, if a guy's jealous and all that, I hate that crap. But I don't like people who aren't confident either. I like people who are sure of themselves. I don't like maintenancing people. I'm low maintenance.
Yeah.
I'm not a micromanager. I like people to do their own things and me to do my own thing, and that at the end of the day, you trust me enough to know that I'll get the job done, but also that I will be loyal and faithful to you till the end. And so for me, anybody who shows me other than that, call it a day, and be secure in calling it a day.
Yeah.
That you can find better. What is that? It's all trust issues. But usually if you're jealous and you're worried about somebody who's given you no reason to be, and they've told you and told you and told you again, like how, I don't know, this might be a new relationship. How many times has this person bothered the other person to convince them that there's nothing there? Maybe once or twice, but maybe a bunch. Eventually that's going to get old, and they're not going to want to deal with it anymore. So if you like this person, then yeah. Truth. That's it. We ran out of time.
Okay.
That's a shocker.
Damn.
All right, people. We'll see you on Friday. You better be here. You will not be disappointed. Bye.